All right, I think I'm live. Last time I did this, my fucking stream stopped working, so I'm on. If you guys are following along, I'm at 440 of the first round. Holland versus Rodriguez. This should be a good fight, but I don't know. I feel like D-Rod has a tendency to fade back, right, when he's on defense, and he also has a tendency to swing wide, like right there on his approaches. And Holland creates some weird leverage, man. So I feel like he'll be able to get inside on some of those shots. Like situations like this where they're clinched up tight, Holland actually does a pretty good job of landing shots despite how long he is. So again, we're at like 408 right now on the stream that I'm on. Changing some leg kicks, not much happening. D-Rod super aggressive off the bat, though. Pressuring Holland. These are both long guys, too. Oh, there's a nice level change from Holland, but can he finish it? His wrestling's not. Nah, he ends up back up top. Lands a couple nice shots against the cage. That's the thing, man. When Holland, it's like he's got good entries, but he just doesn't have the finishing skills. He doesn't run his feet through. He doesn't get his hands locked. It's a nice little shot from D-Rod. Holland throwing some kicks up the middle here. Nice leg kick from Dieter. He's gone after that a couple times now. And Holland having a little bit more trouble landing than I thought he would. I mean, it's early in the fight. We're only 2 minutes in, but throwing a couple leg kicks of his own. There, that's what Holland needs to do. Right down the pipe, get D-Rod fading back. But again, Rodriguez going to the body. Boxing his way into range, letting the left hand go. Holland's really liking that push kick up the middle. He's going to the body with it a lot. D-Rod tries an inside leg kick again. Holland goes outside. There you go. That's what Holland needs to do right there, right down the pipe. Because like I said, man, D-Rod just has a tendency to fade back. Right there, boom, boom. Yeah, Holland's starting to open up a little bit more now. Land some more shots. Nice little side kick there. See, man, that tendency that D-Rod has to rush in, though, when he does close the distance, right, and he swings wide, I really wonder if that's going to open up opportunities for Holland. If he would just sit down and bring something, I'm telling you, like right down the middle, like sit down on a right hand as D-Rod was coming in, I think he could hurt D-Rod, but that push kick's working nicely for him now. Holland's finding his range a little bit better now. See right there, like Rodriguez almost swings from the hip when he's throwing. Wide shots, yeah. Oh, D-Rod stung him right there. See, everything's wide. Everything's wide. And Holland's just like running back when it happens. Like plant your back foot and let the right hand go. D-Rod's hard to deal with, though, man. He's got like these guys both kind of have like unorthodox striking styles, so they're both kind of awkward in there, and I think it makes it hard for both of them to kind of deal with the weapons of the other. Nice little exchange there. Kind of a hard round to score, to be honest. D-Rod lands again. Holland misses with the left, backing him up. Like right here, jab, jab, right, jab, jab, right, right. Like double up on the jab, let the right hand go. Pretty even in terms of strikes. That just showed it. There, that's what Holland, combinations, man. You guys will probably see the lighting change quite a bit. My fucking light keeps going in and out, in and out. Nice head kick. Ah, man, I'd probably give it to Holland Tough first round to score, kind of, but I think Holland maybe just edged it out, but I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of tough too when you're like just I don't know sitting here watching as a fan or whatever. You know what I mean? And like trying to narrate it as well. You do understand why guys like I don't know. Sometimes you get on. I'll get on like DC or someone, and because they'll think someone won a round, and I'm like, really? They get it right a lot of the times, but when you are trying to announce or just like walk through what's going on in the fight, it is a lot harder to keep track of who's winning. But Holland's got a nice little cut under his right eye. I don't know. Yeah, he rocked Holland there. He stumbled him at least, you know. Look how wide it's going through the replays here. It's just how wide Rodriguez swings that. Talking to someone in the crowd, you see Theo Vaughn's at like every goddamn fight, man. And I think he sits through the entire card, like prelims and all. Round 2 starting 452, 451, 450. That leg kick, Rodriguez keeps going after it. I don't know if it's having much effect. Nice jab from Rodriguez. There's the kick again. Holland tries with the push kick. It's like he stung him. Oh shit. Oh, D-Rod's got him hurt. Oh, he's hurt bad. Some ground and pound here. Holland staying alive. He's trying to move around. Holland's so good at getting his leg. He's so long, right? He's so good at getting. Oh, now D-Rod's past the guard though. This is trouble for Holland. You're never going to get to mount that way though for D-Rod. He's just got to posture up and land bombs here, or let him back up. That's a smart move. You got him hurt. Damn, this is not how I thought this fight would go, to be honest. He landed the left hand again. Nice stuff. Holland shoots. You know when Holland's shooting like that, he's desperate. He's hurt right now. He's still hurt. D-Rod's got to let it go. He's got him up against the cage. This is the time to let your hands go. Let it fly. See? Yeah. Oh, he's got him hurt again. Wow, this is crazy. I really thought Holland was going to have a big advantage in this fight. And D-Rod's just putting it on him, man. Ground and pound. D-Rod's just not. Here he's passing the guard. He's into half guard. He's got a good crossface here. He's got to flatten Holland out here and he's got to get that crossface back. Giving that crossface up is going to make it difficult for him. D-Rod's just not an expert on the ground. He could have mounted Holland when he got the side control if he had just isolated the near arm. But see, Holland's just so good at getting his legs back into play. That's how you know Holland was hurt earlier, though, because D-Rod got right around into side control. Holland looking for like a guillotine. He's not going to get it here. He doesn't have the angle. Man, this is a good fight from Rodriguez so far. Just back out. Let him up again. You already had him hurt. They did it. Yeah, back to the feet. Holland still, I don't know that he's still completely there. He's definitely more composed, but I don't know that he's all there, man. And this is what I wonder about. Oh, Holland lands a nice right hand of his own. D-Rod's tired. He put a lot of energy into trying to get Holland out of there, I think. And especially when you're primarily a boxer, you get kind of excited. You get that adrenaline dump. You think you're going to get the guy out of there. You get on top of him on the ground. You try. Oh, nice entry from. That's a good takedown. Ran his feet through contact, got his hands connected. Now Holland's on top of half guard here. Man, how the tides have turned. And Rodriguez looks tired to me now. Holland's got a strong crossface. Now, this is a situation where Holland, I think, will have a big advantage. Holland has some really solid jiu-jitsu. But again, he's just kind of pitter-pattering here, right? I'd like to see him crossface and start working to advance to mount, posture up from here. He could do some serious damage. I think D-Rod's tired. And Holland's so long. If he can get postured up, he can like rain down some serious blows, right? I mean, There we go. He's posturing up a little bit. He's having trouble with the knee shield, though. Rodriguez does a good job of using it to get back. And he's almost back to. He's back up now. Oh, Holland's got this choke locked up. D-Rod slipped it, though. Holland, you can feel it. He knows Rodriguez is tired. He's like surging a little bit here. They're just kind of clinching up against the cage. Holland working with double underhooks. Nice knee from Holland. Rodriguez is tired, man. Holland landing some nice elbows. You can see it. Big, deep breaths from Rodriguez. Sloppy shot from Holland again, though. Man, I wonder sometimes if Holland fights too often. Like I really Rodriguez is on a guillotine here. Holland slipped it. I wonder sometimes if Holland fights a little bit too often, you know? Like I wonder what his potential would be like if he spaced it out a little bit more, fought three. I know that's not his style. Everyone has their own thing they like to do. He's said before, oh, nice jumping knee there. Nice left hand to end the round. That was a good round. But I think you got to give that round to Rodriguez still. I mean, Holland came on strong at the end, but Rodriguez had him hurt twice. So I don't know. What do you do? 20, whatever the score would fucking be. 10-9 first round, 10-9 second. I can't add 18-18. It's probably going to come down to this third round here. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I feel like with Holland, man, I don't know. I just wonder if he fought like 3 or 4 times a year, if he would have more success, right? And when you're fighting a lot, yeah, it's good to be active, but I think there's too much of a good thing sometimes. Damn, look at that left hook. Just caught Holland on the way in, stumbled him, dropped him. I thought he might get him out of there, but let's see how D-Rod looks coming out in this third round, because I think that second round took a lot out of him. There's a good takedown they're showing on the replay from Holland. Ran his feet through contact. Two awkward guys, man. Sometimes, you know what? I was talking shit on this card a little bit because you got to pay $80 for it. And there's, other than Poirier and Holloway, I mean, there's not a single top 10 matchup on the card. But the fights have been pretty good so far. Even Pitbull versus Ige a little bit ago was maybe the most boring fight so far, and it was still a pretty good scrap. This is a good scrap here too. Rodriguez looks like he looks all right now. Taking the center of the octagon, lands a nice left hand to the body. People are saying 2018 D-Rod. It could be. That first round was close. Second one definitely went to Rodriguez. Holland might need to finish, or it could be 1-1. Man, Rodriguez just makes that style work. I did not think it'd be effective against Holland, but he's proven me wrong for sure. He's just crashing into that space of Holland, and Holland doesn't really have an answer for it when he does, right? And I guess I assumed that Holland, like I've said it over and over again, but I kind of thought he'd come down the middle with things, but I don't know, man. Holland is just like, he's a little bit awkward himself. He's not like a Jeff Neal type, right, where he's going to be coming like down the pipe with shit necessarily. So he struggled with that a little bit, and he's bouncing back himself when Rodriguez comes forward. Here we go. Oh, Holland hurt him. Short little uppercut. Now Holland's on top. Here come the elbows. Rodriguez does a good job of that knee shield, but he's got to use it to create space here. He's got to push away. Yeah, he did it again. He does a really good job with that knee shield getting back to his feet. Damn, this is a good fight. Up against the cage now, just kind of in the clinch. They separate. Oh! Holland's got him hurt. He's just battering him. He's grabbing him with the left hand and just letting the right hand go over and over again. Rodriguez is in trouble here. He's in a lot of trouble. He's got to return fire. He's got to give something to Holland. Man, what a war. Wow. I'm talking all that shit on Holland, saying he needs to not fight so often. Comes out in the third round and does this shit. Uppercut after uppercut. I mean, damn, this is crazy. He's just grabbing him with the, oh, shit. He's going to put him out. Ref's going to step in here soon. That uppercut's landed over and over again. I mean, he's throwing the same thing constantly. Now Rodriguez is on body lock, and he takes Holland down. Holland's going to end up on top here, though. He's got the back. Rodriguez is turtled. These guys are exhausted. They're tired. You could even tell when Holland was throwing those jumping knees or those flying knees, they didn't have that same type of energy. D-Rod's giving his back up here. Holland might get the rear naked. There's 2 minutes left. D-Rod, I don't know. Oh, he's going to end up on top. I think Holland's going to slide off here. He got too high. Now D-Rod's on top. This is back and forth and back and forth. This is a war of attrition, man. Who wants it more? Holland's definitely ahead this round, though. Rodriguez is going to need to make something major happen. Holland's looking for the triangle. He's got the diamond. He's got the arm isolated, but D-Rod's just posturing up here. He shakes the legs to the side. Passes. He's not quite passed yet. Now he's passed. Gets to the crossface. Here, see, he needs to shelf that right elbow and go to mount. It's there. It's there for the taking. There we go. There we go. He's in mount. Holland's tired. That's how you know you're tired. You don't give up mount that easily. This is a crazy fight. This is so back and forth. Nah, Rodriguez needs to get ready. He needs to not. There we go. He needs to just rain down blows. You're in top of mount. What are you doing? That was a mistake by Rodriguez. He just kind of got lax in the position. Now he's locking up like a ninja choke here, or a guillotine. Rolls Holland to his back. How do you score this round now, man? Because D-Rod's coming on strong to finish things out. In top of side control now. Holland, he climbs right in him out. Holland's just in desperation mode right now. But Rodriguez is just sitting on top of him, chin, like stuffing his forehead and his chin with double underhooks, posture up. And I know you can tell. These guys are just tired, man. Like, it's so much easier said than done to do that, but they're just tired. How do you score this round? It might be Rodriguez. It was just a bad look the way it ended for Holland. You know, that's the most tired I've maybe seen Holland get in a fight, though. Like, we've seen him get beat up. We've seen him get finished and stuff, like in the Wonder Boy fight, but he was tired in that fight. And he might have lost the third round. He came on so strong to start it out, but, man, he could be – yeah, I just think overall Rodriguez won the fight. But he had him hurt. I don't know. Because he definitely hurt Rodriguez more than Rodriguez hurt him. Holland just got tired, right? But Holland was beating the shit out of him. I mean, he was just grabbing him on the back of the head and throwing uppercut after uppercut after uppercut. And really, at the end, it was just Rodriguez on top, right? Like, it's not like he was hurting Holland. He was just dominating the grappling position. So you might still give the third round to Rodriguez. Good fight, though. Not what I expected at all. I kind of thought Holland would. This is a night for the underdogs, apparently, man. Michael Johnson picked up a big win in the Zellhuber fight. At 39 years old. You know, I went back, and because I don't know if I was being a little bit too judgmental either, but like in the Zellhuber fight, I felt like Zellhuber looked like a little bit out of shape. Like, he maybe didn't take the camp as seriously. It's kind of hard to just say that because I went back and, like I said, I watched the Ribovics fight, and it's not like he's shredded all the time. He just looked a little soft in the middle to me. Yeah, they gave it to D-Rod. Yeah, well-deserved. I think that's the right call. I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know if it's the right call. Right? Because I could easily see Holland winning the first round. I could see D-Rod winning the first. The first round was 50-50. Second round definitely went to Rodriguez. And the third round, you could have given to Holland just based off damage, but he didn't end strong at all. So good win for Rodriguez. But back to the Zellhuber fight, when you're a young guy, you're like, what? He's like 23 or 25 years old. it does make you wonder sometimes, man, how seriously did he take camp? He's fighting this 39-year-old guy. But you got to remember, it's Michael Johnson. He's got like 40 plus fights, UFC veteran. Hands are still fast as fuck. He dropped Zell Huber in that second round. But damn, that was a war. Yeah, Clay Guida just showed up on X, fight of the night so far, and I would agree. That was a war and so much back and forth. Damn. See what I'm saying? I told you guys I was talking shit on the $80 pay-per-view. No top 10 guys outside of Poirier and Holloway, and look at the fucking performance these guys just put on. Sometimes it goes that way. They just put on fucking amazing fights. But that was crazy. 2 fights left. You know, I'm kind of surprised to see too that Costa's an underdog. I mean, I'm not and I am. It just depends on the version of Costa that you get. I think that's going to be the most interesting thing in this fight coming up against Copilov, because Copilov's a killer, man. He finishes guys. He's very fast. Theo Vaughn. He's a Louisiana boy too, I think. But anyway, Kayla Harrison, our only fucking American champion right now. That's crazy to think about too. What's happened to us as a country? John Jones left us. No Aspinall fight unless it goes down at the White House. I keep getting sidetracked. Talking about Costa and Copilov, right? Copilov is very dangerous. I think he's going to have a speed advantage. He's very sharp with his striking. He'll be a little bit crisper, I think. But it just depends on what version of Paulo Costa shows up. Like if he's motivated and he's confident, I think he's super fucking dangerous. So I was surprised to see that he's such a big dog. I think he's like plus 180 or plus 200. I thought odds would be a little bit closer to even just because of the experience that Costa has. And if you look at the fight that Kopylov just had against Chris Curtis, I mean, he finished him in the final seconds, but it was a close fight and Curtis was boxing him up at points. He had his face all bloodied up. Like, I just don't know that we've seen Kopylov fight the caliber of fighter that Costa is to warrant him being such a big favorite in this fight, but we'll see. I just ate wings. I'm so full and I'm so fucking thirsty, I guess because of all the salt or whatever in it, but I don't want to chug water. I'll be pissing all night. Won't get any sleep. Have you guys, I don't know if anyone has been following all the stuff going on, like Derek Moneyberg getting his black belt. Yeah, man, I don't know. Not a good look. He's got it in like 3.5 years, right? Which I don't necessarily, here's the thing, right? Like if you're talking about Derek Moneyberg and him getting his black belt so quickly, I don't necessarily, I'm not even saying he's not a black belt. It's just very hard to believe. And when you get guys like Mikey Musumeci, Jake Shields, they're all like defending it through social media, and you're not seeing any evidence of him actually having black belt level skills or black belt knowledge. They're just telling you how brilliant he is, and you know that he's paying them a fuck ton of money. It's just not a good look. And normally, when you get promoted that quickly, it's because you're extremely successful in the sport. Like I think Gordon Ryan got his black belt in 5 years. Mikey Musumeci in maybe like 4.5 years, right? BJ Penn's obviously the most notorious one. It's like, is this guy really on the same level as BJ Penn and Mikey Musumeci and Gordon Ryan? Like, is he really on that level? Or is he just paying a fuck ton of money so that it looks like he's on that level, right? And it doesn't matter to me how much you trust Mikey Musumeci or Gordon Ryan or John Donner or any of their words. They're all just people, man. And you can buy people. And I just don't think it's a good look. Like if you're a black belt, at least show it. He doesn't even have to compete, right? Like I'm a purple belt. I don't compete all the time. I haven't competed at purple belt. I've competed at white and blue, but I haven't competed at purple belt. It's not like you have to. And like there are blue belts out there that would beat the shit out of some black belts. Like I've seen it happen, right? Like usually it's like older guys, to be honest, or like it's usually like super competitive blue belts. Like they'll beat up on a black belt a little bit because they're just in that competition mode. It does happen, But it's like, if you're going to get that promotion, I feel like you should be extraordinary. But the guy he doesn't have to go out and be a Gordon Ryan to me. It's just go out and demonstrate that you either have the knowledge or the skills to tie the black belt around your waist. And at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter, I guess. It doesn't affect me one way or another. But I do just think it's a bad look for the sport, because the top people in the sport are the ones giving the black belt out and providing him with the training. And the only evidence that we have that he's any good is just fucking hearsay from all of them. So I think it's very odd. It's a very odd thing going on in the martial arts world right now. And if he's like, I'm a black belt in this, I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, or whatever the fuck kind of striking black belt he has. But it's like, if you look at someone like Joe Rogan, like a freak athlete who fought on the national stage in Taekwondo, he had his brown belt for like 9 fucking years. And it's like, is Derek Moneyberg that fucking brilliant, that great? I don't know. I just don't believe it. I'm also going to check. Last time I did this, it showed that it was recording and everything, and there wasn't a single fucking, it was like a black screen with 2 minutes of recording. So I'm going to make sure that I can access the live stream real quick. So give me a second here. It looks like it's working. Come on, come on. Yeah, it's working. Damn, that's fucking weird. Watch myself. I got to get out of there. Okay. I think he's one of those wealth guru grifters, so probably a marketing stunt, pay his way into the BJJ community to capture their audience. Yeah, and Kidu Gom. Yeah, I agree 100%, man. I just think, and if you look, every time that people are on his like podcast or whatever, they're lined up, they're wearing a shirt with the big coin on it. Like I said, it is what it is. I've seen people get promoted way too early. I've seen people get promoted way too late. It doesn't impact my life one way or another, but it is exactly what you just said. He paid for his black belt. And if you didn't pay for your black belt, at least prove it. And on average, it takes people like 10 years to get to black belt if you train consistently, right? And not that it has to take everyone that long. Obviously, there's a lot of variance in there. If you're super skilled, you could get it more quickly, but I don't know. Man, Copilov's nose looks like it's been fucking smashed into oblivion over and over again. This ought to be a good scrap, though. Copilov's been on a real tear lately, knocking dudes out. Sometimes, though, I feel like the odds makers get it right, and sometimes I feel like they get it wrong. This is one where maybe they know something I don't, right? Like I said, I feel like the odds should be a little bit closer to even for this one. Like Costa's a very dangerous opponent, and I feel like Kopilov hasn't fought anyone of that caliber yet. But there's also this thing about just like coming into your own, and we might be seeing that from Kopilov right now. This might be his chance to kind of break into the top 10 and prove that he's ready for a title run. 185 is an interesting division right now, man, because Izzy was running it for so long, and now you got Drickus and Chimaev fighting in Chicago. That's the next pay-per-view event, I believe. That's an exciting fight. Speaking of odds, man, Chimaev's a big favorite in that fight coming up. And that's surprising to me because you got to give the champion his due. And look at the war that Chimaev got in with Gilbert Burns. And I'll tell you what, man, Duplessis can grapple. And he's just a big, strong, athletic dude. He just goes out and fights. That's the best. I love watching Drickus fight, not because I think he's the most technical fighter in the world, but because he truly does just go out and fucking fight. So I don't know, man. It's weird to me that Chimaev is the challenger, is the favorite in that fight. If you look at what he did to Whitaker, though, that's super impressive. Whitaker fights next weekend, I think, or the weekend after, one of the two. Let me check. Because he's got a good fight coming up. I forget. I think against a Ritter. That's an interesting one. Yeah, UFC. Man, they put Whitaker on a lot of the ABC cards, don't they? He's been on like 2 or 3 of them now, I feel like. But that's on July 26th. So, yeah, just a week from now, Whitaker versus De Ritter. And De Ritter, man, he was I believe, a 2-division champion for one, and the only guy he lost to was a 3-division champion. So very impressive. He when he went up against Bo Nickel, just too much too soon for Nickel, man. You're talking about a guy with a wealth of MMA experience, and the wrestling background is important. I understand all that, and in a pure wrestling match, Bo's going to get him every time. But a fight is just different. There's the cage to take into consideration. There's all the strikes. And DeRitter did the smart thing and just smothered him, beat him up with knees. Nickel was just not ready for that fight. I think Nickel has potential to be a future champion just because the same way Cejudo, right? Like him, I know that Nickel wasn't a gold medalist, but same thing with Cejudo, like winning a gold medal and going on to win a UFC championship. Like Bo Nickel's wrestling accolades, if he can do that, he can build the skills that he needs to become a UFC champion. But he's only got like 6 or 7 fights under his belt, maybe 8 now. And against guys, that leap in talent, man, going from whoever he fought who did he fight right before fucking DeRitter? I can't even remember. But going from that to DeRitter, people were sleeping on DeRitter and they didn't realize how talented he was. And I think his fight against Meerschaert kind of stained, you know, they kind of thought, well, he barely got by Meerschaert, and he got by him. But they thought like, it was kind of a close fight. But Meerschaert can be Meerschaert's not like he's never going to win a world title, but he's a tough opponent, man. And for your UFC debut, coming in against a guy like that, getting those jitters out of the way, a guy who's a good grappler, and DeRitter's not necessarily like a knockout artist, you know what I'm saying? So I think it was just a grueling fight for him, but man, he really came into his own against Kevin Holland. I mean, he kind of dominated Holland, and then he dominated Nickel, and that really. Look at him now. He's headlining an event. I mean, that fight against Nickel really did a lot to propel his name and kind of put some credit to his name as well. So Costa just made the walk. I'll tell you what, Costa always looks like he's in shape, though. And he's proven that he can go 5 rounds. I mean, in the fight against Strickland, there were moments in like, especially, I forget what round. I think it was the 4th round where he came on strong and then he faded a bit in the 5th. But these guys are both the same age. Copilov will have a little bit of a reach advantage. They've got the stats up there now, but Costa's a little bit taller. Costa can also wrestle, man. Like, I know this was crazy, actually. It was fucking mind-blowing to see. But Duran Wynn transferred to like our gym. I don't know if you want to say transferred. But he's actually just got a head coaching job at Cherry Creek High School. But he moved to the Denver area. Right. And the one day I walked into the gym because I coach like the night classes on Monday, Wednesday for intermediate gi. And I walk in and he's got fucking Paulo Costa up against the wall doing like wall work, wrestling drills with some of the other MMA athletes. I was like, holy fuck, that's Paulo Costa. Just fucking chilling there. Not chilling. He was working, but I didn't get to talk to him or anything, but he's a big old dude. So that was kind of crazy. So, you know, that's what I mean, though. He's been working on his wrestling and stuff. So I think this could be a good fight. I think the odds makers are disrespecting Costa, but sometimes he does get in his own head a little bit, and I think that hurts him sometimes. But if he comes out and goes and puts it on Copilov, I could see him picking up a win here. I think people might be a little bit high on Copilov. Was it Paul Craig? I thought it was fucking Meerschaert that DeRitter fought. Let me look it up. You could be right. But I could have swore DeRitter. No, yeah, DeRitter debuted in the UFC against Gerald Meerschaert. Unless you're talking about something else on there. Yeah, go Birds. Fly Eagles, fly Randy. Did you guys see Shane Gillis's bit at the ESPYs? Man, just did it in front of the wrong crowd. He had some that missed, but I thought some of them were hilarious. The WNBA player joke with McCusker's wife was great. All right, this is about to start here, guys. Round 1, if you guys are following along, it's about to kick off. They literally just started. I'm at 458, 457. Costa's asserting himself right away, and Copilov landed a couple nice right hands to start. Nice leg kick from Costa. Man, they say Costa's taller than him, but I don't know. Kopylov looks like the taller guy to me. Costa's attacking that inside leg early. Wide stance from Costa. Might be trying to load up on some things, throw some power here. About 30 seconds in. They're having a fight for the center of the octagon here. Kopylov is crisp. When he comes down the pipe with that left hand, and his left kick is nasty. He puts a lot of power on that left kick. He can go to the body, he goes to the head with it. You got to worry about it from, different angles. A lot of tension in this fight. You can feel it. There's a lot of like hand movement, a lot of like they want to go. Right? And I think these guys both want to assert themselves here. Costa with a real wide stance, man. Is that normal for him? Oh, almost caught him with the right hand, just missed. Nice kick to the Costa's got some nasty kicks too. Nice kick to the body. Oh, he kicked the inside of that leg again. I like that Costa's going after the legs here early, especially because Kopylov, one of his biggest weapons, they traded punches there. Kopylov landed a nice left hand. But Kopylov really likes, see, there's that left kick to the body. It's lightning fast. But it's a good game plan for Costa to take that lead leg away because he's going to have to plan on it to throw his power leg. So if you can beat that lead leg up, nice leg kick from Kopylov there. You'll take away some of that power from Kopylov. Costa's got to be careful. We almost went low with that kick. Energy slowed down a little bit here. They're not quite so tense. They're kind of settling in now. 255, 254 left in the round. Nice leg kick again from Costa. He's really committing to that. Making me a little nervous. He's leaving his head open a little bit, leaving himself exposed. Kopylov looks like he's like 2 inches taller than Costa. And it said Costa was 6'1", Kopylov 6 foot. I don't know about that. Costa's doing a really good job with that leg kick. Costa, he carries his hands very low. I don't like that. He's committed to those kicks, though. A lot of hand fighting going on. He's reaching out, trying to control the lead hand of Kopylov. And, we got orthodox versus southpaw. Oh, nice little combination from Kopylov there. Again, firing it right down the pipe, right? Nice work to the body by Costa. Goes to the body again with the right hand. But these guys are going orthodox versus nice head kick from Costa, defended by Kopylov, though. Kicking that leg, he got him there. He off-balanced him a little bit. But Kopylov's putting the pressure on Costa now. I keep wanting to get to this point. There's just a lot going on. But they're orthodox versus southpaw. So it's going to be very important, the outside foot positioning, right, of their lead foot. And right now, Costa's kind of winning that war. So if you look, see how he's stepping outside of that foot of Kopylov? That's going to give him the angle to bring the right hand down the pipe. If Kopylov wants to start landing the left hand, he's got to take control of that outside foot positioning. Costa's just missing. He's winning the footwork battle, right? But he's just missing with the shots. He's throwing that head kick out there a lot, but he's kind of throwing it naked, and I think it's kind of easy to read for Kopylov. He's doing a great job of beating up that lead leg, though. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Kopylov's not throwing that left kick as often. And I think a lot of it has to do. Oh, he knocked the mouthpiece out. Costa hurt him. Kopylov's on a single. Costa's just raining down shots. He's deep in on this single. Good hips from Costa. He got his hips back. Kopylov back to his feet. I wonder if Herb Dean's going to notice that the mouthpiece is out. But Costa clipped him with the right hand, I believe. Nice work to the body. Costa's fighting a very good fight right now, a very intelligent fight. This is Costa's round for sure. Now Kopylov's on the retreat. Nice kick to the body from Costa. See how the footwork, man? The footwork is so important. He's starting to get his angles, starting to land shots here. I mean, he's there. Herb Dean noticed it. He gave him his mouthpiece back. We're at 11 seconds in the round. 9, 8. But the footwork, man, see what I mean? You can't sleep on Paulo Costa. He's fought some of the best in the world. I mean, we're talking about a guy who dismantled Yoel Romero. Yeah, Kopylov's he's got some work to do now. His face is bruised up, and You know, I really like the work to the body that Costa's done as well. He's gone to the body, thrown some leg kicks in there. Costa's looking good. Copilov's got some work, man. I need some water. I'm telling you. I mentioned it earlier, but I'm like so dehydrated. The fuck? Nice kick to the body from Copilov. They're running through the highlights now. Nice left hand. Boom. See what I mean? See how, like right there, I guarantee you, if you don't see it in the highlight, but when Costa landed that right hand, it's probably because he stepped outside, right? And it gives him the angle to start bringing that right hand down the center. So pay attention to the footwork in this round. If Costa keeps it up, I think this could be a good round for him as well here. Costa's trying to take the center of the octagon again now. Right back to the legs. Costa's looking confident. They're doing a lot of hand fighting. Like Costa's reaching out. That's a nice left hand from Kopylov. Tried to take it to the body there. But look how Costa constantly is just, he'll step outside of that foot right there. Boom. Steps outside of the foot. Nice kick to the body. It's the little things, man, that when you start getting into this top 15, and Costa is like a top 10 guy, in my opinion. These top 10, top 15 guys, man, it's the little things that really start to matter. And I think people are sleeping on Costa. It's not that Kopylov can't win, but he's gotta start sticking the jab in his face. He's got to control the footwork a little bit more, and he's got to start throwing some leg kicks of his own, and then start taking that kick upstairs into the midsection. Nice kick to the body. Costa's got some hard kicks too, man. These guys both, their power legs are so powerful. Like their rear legs can generate so much force when they throw them. There's a nice little combination from Kopylov. You can kind of tell that Kopylov too is a little bit uncomfortable putting weight on that lead leg. And a lot of his game plan, man, he throws power, right? So he plants hard on that lead leg to get his left hand going. And again, to get his power leg going. Costa's just kind of taking that away. See what I mean? Like when he throws it, he's almost like hopping into it. It doesn't have that, like, normally he throws it and he retracts it so fucking quick. And you can see he's hobbling on that lead leg a little bit. He's like not as steady on it. And Costa's putting work into the body with his kick, with those kicks, because he can plant and throw his power. It's crazy how one little thing, like the leg kick, really has become like the new jab of MMA. You can go up. My wife wants to go upstairs and she doesn't want to go up the railing. Oh! Big right hand from Costa. And my fucking, God damn it. I was worried about this. Oh, it's back. My stream froze. It's back. I've been having so many problems with ESPN lately. Big kick to the body from Costa. I'm at 208, 207. It's probably lagging a little bit. I can't wait for the UFC to move to a different model. Oh, I mean, Costa's busting him up here. Nice little knee, puts him in the plum. Back to the center of the cage now. Nice kick from Costa. Oh, he stung him again. That right hand, man. Costa's beating him up. See, this is the Paulo Costa that you got to be worried about, right? This is the guy who's coming in. This isn't the same guy who like got demoralized by Izzy, right? This is a confident Costa. Nice right hand by Copylov though there. That might have hurt Costa a little bit. He looks all right, but man, Costa might look like there's a kick from see the recovery though, the retraction on the kick's not quite there from Copylov. I really think the work that Costa did to that leg has paid dividends so far. But Costa's breathing with his mouth open now. He looks a little bit tired. So I feel like Copylov kind of senses it too. He's kind of coming on a little bit more strong. Yeah, Kopylov's starting to land a little bit more. He's putting the pressure on Costa. Costa back to the leg kick. Feinting with that right hand. Nice kick to the body. This is still Costa's round. Oh, he stung him again. Man, he's countering with the right. Oh, nice uppercut with the right hand. Wow. Impressive round from Costa. And again, like pay attention to the footwork and how often he steps outside of that lead leg of Copylov. Right there. Steps outside, throws the right hand. Right? The footwork and those little things. He brings that left hook around. Good round from Costa. He's up 2-0. Kopylov's going to need a finish for sure. He just keeps sneaking that kick in right underneath the elbow too. Beautiful job from Costa. Nice work to the body. His commitment to different levels, right? Like leg, body, head, is a big difference maker in this fight. Along with some other things, like we mentioned the footwork, we've been kind of hounding on that too, right? But man, he looks great. And Kopylov looks a little dejected here. But I do think that Costa looked a little bit tired to end the round, so. Is Costa being more aggressive than his last fights? Yeah, I'd say a little bit. I think he's fighting intelligently, like a good mix. This is what you want, though. Like you want intelligent aggression. And then what's the count? I don't know if by count you mean the score. I would say Costa's up 2018, and they're about to start the third round here in a second. They just broke. Showing Dustin Poirier warming up in the back right now. We're about to start the third round. Again, at least on the stream I'm on. Mine's paused, cut out a few times, so we're literally at 4:59, 4:58, 4:57 of the third round right now on the one I'm watching. Right back to the leg kicks for Costa at the center of the cage. I keep saying it right there. Kopylov's doing a little bit better job with the footwork here. But it's really like a dance, you know? And Costa's just leading the dance. Even when he's moving backwards, he's constantly threatening with that right hand, showing the feint. There's a nice right hand from Copylov. Costa's just giving ground a little bit more. And if you look at the Chris Curtis fight, man, Copylov can pull out finishes late in the fight. Costa has to mind his P's and Q's. Nice left hand from Costa there. But this fading back against the cage is not something you want to see. Now, how much power can Copylov get into his kicks and his left hand? Like those things that he's going to need to finish Costa? I don't know. Costa's still doing a good job throwing offense out there. But he's just giving ground up a lot more easily. His back's getting pushed up against the cage. His feet are constantly behind the black line. Kopylov's just able to put the heat on him a little bit. But Kopylov's got to let it go, and it can't be one big strike. It's got to be combinations. Maybe double up on the jab a little bit, bring the left hand, or hide your kick behind your hands. There's a nice kick to the body. There's a good job, Costa circling. He's got to circle if he's tired. I understand he might not be able to be the aggressor, but he's got to circle. And if he circles away from the power, he's naturally going to win the foot positioning too. So it should open up shots for him, right? Kopylov's kind of getting privy to that right hand. You can tell he's kind of picking up on it a little bit more. Ooh, nice rip to the body from Costa. Nice right hand. Kopylov's fighting a better round, but he's still not doing enough. I still think Costa's more active. Oh! Copylov hurt him. He's up, though. He's up. See what I mean? Like, as the round starts to wear on, Kopylov's still dangerous. He's done this before. Yeah, man. Costa's just, he's tired. He's still able to throw big power on shots, but he's bouncing a lot and stuff too. And like I said, this fight started off with like a lot of tension, a lot of like almost like nervous energy. Costa's still throwing. It's not that he's not throwing. It's the way he's giving up ground that's making me nervous. Copilov, if he wants this, though, he's got it. Like I said, he's got to put combinations together. It's got to be more than one punch so that it opens Costa up for those shots. He's there to be hit. But Copilov might be a little bit tired too. This has been a tough fight for him, a tough 2 rounds. I'm at 140, 139, 138. Yeah, I mean, Costa's back is flat on the cage. He's just shelling up. And see, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. When Copilov lets his hands go, he's starting to connect. Nice shot to the body from Costa. Oh, there's a nice left kick. Left hand landed for Copilov. There, Costa circling off. He's back to the center. This is where he just needs to try to hang out, right? He's just got to get through this round, and he should pick up a decision victory. He's got to be. Oh, nice level change. Well defended by Copilov, though. I thought Costa was going to get that for sure. Good hips, good defense. Costa tries a knee, not really effective. Kick up the middle. Nice little front kick. But Kopilov's hands are dropping low too. I mean, he carries his hands a little lower than Costa as it is, but his hands are down by his hips, man. These guys are tired. There have been some great fights on this card so far. Little jab from Copilov misses. Again, it's got to be combinations, man. I don't think one shot's going to get Costa out of there. And for Costa, I'd be thinking about just pushing Copilov up against the cage and going to the clinch. Oh, he stung him with the right hand. Costa did. Oh, he's got Copilov hurt here. See, Kopilov's tired too, and he's been getting beat up, man. So it's a lot easier said than done. Like I'm saying all the shit that Copilov should do, needs to do, blah, blah, blah. But nice combinations from Costa here to end the round. You could give that round to Copilov, but I still think Costa was throwing enough that it was close, and he definitely won the first 2 rounds. I think Costa gets this victory, no problem. I put money on Costa as soon as I saw the odds, man. It just depends on the version of Costa that you get. When he shows up motivated and he shows up confident, he's a motherfucker. He's got real power. He's a good grappler. His striking's more technical than people give him credit for sometimes, I think, especially because of, what happened against Izzy. But he went out there and, kind of showed Copilov that if he wants to come up to the next level, there's some things that Copilov still has to work on. And it's not like Copilov is like a young, up-and-coming, like 29 or 30-year-old. I mean, I know he's only 34, but making a title run, man, I prefer the guys come in like, I don't know, just something about it felt, I don't know. I couldn't believe the odds were so heavily in his favor. We'll see. As long as the judges got it right, it should be a win for Costa. Okay. Yeah, Costa definitely got it. 2 of the judges gave it to him 30-27, and the other one gave it to him 29-28. So, whew. Good fight. Good scrap. And a good performance from Costa. I think he put a lot of, that doubt to rest that he could still be that guy. He's 34 though too, so if he wants to go on a title run, it's like it feels like he's the guy, he could do it. He's got the size. He's a powerful motherfucker. Good social media presence. He'd be a good champion. He'd be an entertaining champion. But just being realistic, do I think he's going to get past a guy like Duplessis right now? Or some of the guys sitting in like the top 5? I don't really know. I don't think so. I do think there's something about like his mentality when it comes to those top guys that makes it a little bit harder for him to get over that hump. But this is a step in the right direction. And if he wants to make a run, you hate putting barriers on people, but it feels like he's got like a 2 to 3 year window to pull it off. It does seem like age is a little bit more forgiving as you move up in weight. And I think a lot of that is probably just due to technique, right? Like the quickness that the technique happens at. Like as you get heavier, the technique slows down. And I don't think you have to, everyone has power, right? And they always say power is the last thing to go. Like in those heavier class, like everyone can pack a punch at like 185 or 205. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. But when you start getting up there, I think like as you move down in weight classes, like at like 155, 145, 135, especially, things are happening so quickly that those young, I mean, look at Joshua Van. How about Van? Van is a motherfucker. I could not believe the way he went out and dismantled Roy Val like that. But that's what I mean. When you were going up against those young guys, when your reaction times aren't quite there, everything's happening in the blink of an eye. And when you're just a little bit behind, I feel like those younger guys coming up have more of an advantage than at the heavier weight classes. Everything just has to happen so quickly for you. But yeah, man, also 125, it was kind of like, what are we going to do with Pantoja? He's kind of run through everybody in the division, and then Van goes out there. I was worried about Van going into that fight. Quick turnaround. He has to go up against fucking a real veteran in the sport in Roy Val, a guy who's beaten Brandon Moreno, fucking legit, good grappler, awkward striking style. And he went out and fucking put it on him, man. So I don't know. Now my stream's getting fucking interrupted. Let me see. Let me see if I can fix it. Great time for it to happen. Oh, there we go. We're back. We're back. I'm sure as the Poirier, the way it's been going, once the Poirier and Holloway fight starts, I'm going to be lagging fucking constantly. Catching up on some stuff from the. Yeah, I got money on Holloway too, Will. I'm just seeing your message now. I just feel like there's a difference between the Holloway that fought Poirier at 155 when they fought before. They fought at 155 the second time, right? And the Holloway that fought Justin Gaethje, like the Holloway that got to take his time and move up in weight. Dustin can fucking box though, and Holloway likes to stand. So, but if you look at the Holloway and Ilya Topuria fight, Holloway was actually doing pretty goddamn good, but Ilya just has that game-changing power. Like you've never seen Max even get knocked down, and to get knocked out, that shows you how fucking good Ilya Topuria is. Share. Hey guys, give me a second. I'm gonna let the dogs and everything out, and then my wife wants to run upstairs. She doesn't want to be on camera, so I'll be back in like I don't know, like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm gonna let the dogs out. The mic is still on. Come on, boys. Sit. Atlas. Free. Aries. Free. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, my wife didn't want to be. She has to go up the stairs for like 2 fucking seconds. She didn't want to be on camera, but she's gonna have to come back down the stairs in like 5 minutes to watch the fights anyway, because she wants to watch Holloway and Poirier, obviously. So whatever. You guys will probably see my dog stepping in and out of the screen now that I let him out. But yeah, I don't know what to think of this fight, to be honest. I could see it going either way. I do think the odds makers have it about right. Max a slight favorite, Dustin a slight dog. I think that makes sense. And there's always this thing where people are like, oh, if you're like half in, half out, like Poirier is already thinking about retirement. Maybe it's just time for him to get out of the sport. But like, I don't think so, man. If you look at him in weigh-ins, he looks as in good a shape as he's ever been. And I think that it can actually, it's not like he's going out after, you know, this like tumultuous skid, like a Tony Ferguson type skid at the end of his career. I think that he's highly motivated, and I think that he's gonna bring it in this fight. So I don't think that that's going to play as big a factor in this one. I think it's just going to come down to really how good does Max look at 155, and can Max, it's kind of corny that I haven't been liking a little bit. Like when Joe Rogan used to read his ads, I used to feel like they were so authentic, but now I listen to Theo Vaughn's podcast with Joaquin Phoenix, which is pretty cool. Theo's one of the best interviewers out there, I think, right now. So I listened to his podcast with Joaquin Phoenix, which is very cool. But they read the same exact DraftKings ad. And it's like, everything just says scripted now, kind of gay. Man, I was watching clips. They're showing the Ortega and Holloway clips from, man, this is going to drive me crazy. I'm worried about the stream. But it was crazy in that mid-fight, Max Holloway was literally grabbing Brian Ortega's hands and helping him block punches. That's a crazy thing to do mid-fight. Like to be beating someone's ass so bad that you start helping them defend shots. I've never seen anything like that before. Just running through highlights right now, waiting for the fights to get started. Man, what do you guys think about fucking Islam versus JDM? That's interesting. Especially because JDM is going to be working with Craig Jones. And they've had to deal with this fucking Dagestani problem several times now, right? Like they've had to deal with it twice when Volkanovski was preparing for Islam, and now they're going to be preparing for it again. And JDM is a bigger guy. He's a new champion. He's going to be confident. He's got really, really good boxing. And size makes a difference sometimes. That's going to be a good fight. I haven't looked at the odds on that either about who they think is going to be the favorite. Yeah, Chimaev Duplessis. Yeah, this is live, Travis. Yeah. Chimaev Duplessis is going to be wild. Yeah, next couple cards are bangers. I know. And I was just talking to like my wife about this and a couple people at the gym, but like it's kind of the UFC. There was a period we're getting to the age now. This fight tonight is actually a perfect example of this, where these guys like Poirier are getting to that age where they're retiring now, right? And like Oliveira, like they're getting a little bit older, but a couple years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, man, it felt like every fucking weekend every fight was a huge fight, right? Like even dating back like 5-6 years ago, like before I moved out here to Colorado, like that whole, but now I feel like we're going through this kind of like, I don't know what you want to call it, like a recycling phase where these older fighters are starting to make their way out into retirement. They're getting a little bit older. They're not as active. And these young guns coming up are like, I don't know. They keep getting not like you're finding some people that are finding their way through you know what I mean? Like they're swimming up, like they're figuring it out, but a lot of them are getting knocked off. You see a lot of prospects that are not quite living up to what you thought they would be. So I feel like I don't want to say we're in a lull, but the beginning of half of this year has definitely been a little bit weaker than I think the ending half of the year is going to be. Like tonight kind of kicks it off. We got Whitaker versus De Ritter next weekend on the ABC. That'll be a good card. I can't wait for Chimaev versus Duplessis. That's going to be a fucking amazing fight. I can't wait for that. They've been talking about, it feels like we've been waiting for Chimaev to fight for the title since he came into the UFC. Like literally since his first fight, it feels like it was destiny for that guy. And I think he came in at 170. I could be wrong. I can't remember what weight class he debuted at. I always fuck up and eat late at night too. So I end up chugging water late at night. There's Lil Wayne. But I end up chugging water late at night and then I have to piss at night. Because normally I teach from like 7:30 to 8:30, so I don't get home till 9. And I'm always hungry when I get home from class. So I end up eating at like 9, go to bed at like 10:30, 11. Yeah, look at Poirier, man. He is fucking shredded. He looks good. He's in as good a shape as he's ever been, at least fucking physically, aesthetically, rather. East of Colorado. I'm just south of Denver. I'm in Parker, and I train at Easton Centennial. But yeah, agreed, Matt, about the whole John Jones, Tom Aspinall thing. And now it looks like John's going to come out of retirement if they do the White House card, which honestly, I don't hate it, but I do have weird feelings about it. Like it's our fucking, I don't know. It's weird to have a fight there, kind of. It's cool as fuck, but it is kind of odd. But I don't know. If you want a single American representing you on that card, though, in terms of just getting the victory, not in terms of all the shit that he's done throughout his past, but it's John Jones.